Morning, folks. I was making delicious breakfast until she showed up. It's the weekend. It's a rainy day, so it's going to be raining all weekend. I might as well make French toast. Look at that, folks. Delicious, yummy French toast. So, yeah, it is what it is, you know. We're gonna try it. Oh, Marina, don't eat it. No, where are you going? No. Unbelievable. I got coffee over here. I have orange juice over here. No. Unbelievable. Oh, it's hot. Anyway, I'm gonna eat my breakfast, and maybe if there's a cloud in the break or a break in the clouds, I'll go to the store and I'll get stuff. I'll just go there and then I'll figure out what I need.
I added some more reflective strips to the trailer. I think it looks a little bit better. I mean, I don't know if it looks better, but at least it's going to be more visible, and that's the point. Hi, if you like my videos, please click the bell so you can be notified, and come back often because I have new videos every week. I think it's time to install these lights.
Yep, it was time to install these LED lights on the van. About time I did that. Hopefully they'll work out well. And then it was also time to install the vent. I've had the vent here for a couple of weeks, so I might as well go at it and install it. That's why I bought it. I think it's going to look good and it's going to create some ventilation. I'll still have to do a couple things in the trailer. Fix all the wires eventually. It doesn't have to be done right away. I can take my time doing that. I had to block one of the vents that came with the trailer, the forward vent. I'll cut some plywood and seal that up so that I only have one vent in the back. This way there's cross ventilation.
I haven't completed this fully yet, but the cables are connected. So let's see if this works. Why wouldn't it work? Of course it works, folks. Look at that. Ah. The quality on these fans now, look how soft that is. Look how soft that is. Wow. Look at that. I gotta check my vent in my van to see if it's like that. Look how soft. I put these lights up like I had in the other trailer, but I didn't think I had a door. I forgot I had a door. So if I remembered that I had a door, I would have put that light over here and then that light over there, and that would have been fine. But it's okay. I mean, it's just a little extra work, and now I'll have a light over here, and you know, when I come in through the door and it's dark, turn this light on, I can see a little bit better, and then I can always reach over and turn the other ones on. So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna wire this today. I might leave that on but not wire it, and I'm just gonna recaulk the top, some of the screw heads, and some of the caulking that I put on those lights. I didn't have die core, so now I have die core. I'm going to go over with that. So I'll never have any leaks, folks. It'll be leak proof. I got how many tubes? I got 3 tubes of caulking on that, or 2 or 3, I forget. You know, hopefully I'll have no leaks. I never have any leaks, so I should be okay. Yeah, nice. I like it.
And then after doing all this, I still had time to go over to my friend in Pennsylvania and finish his solar installation. All I had to do was connect the cables and bring them inside the bus.
Finally got the stuff I needed for the motorcycle. Unbelievable. I can put my plate back. Yeehaw. Yes. Just like that, folks, it's all done. I'm going to have it back. So, that's all I got. So, that's it. The trailer's coming along nicely. I still have to wire that light. I still haven't done it. Been working. I don't have time. This weekend's supposed to rain. So, I don't know if I'm going to do it. I still have to fix the wire. I'm looking over here, I got a butt connector that I didn't have shrink wrap or shrink tubing, shrink wrap. I didn't have shrink tubing, so I had to put it, you know, do it without shrink tubing, and I got electrical tape, so I got to go around just to protect the wires a little bit. Don't have to, but you know, I like to do the shrink tubing when I have the right sizes, but sometimes it is what it is, you know. So, yeah, a lot of rain coming this weekend. So, I suppose I could come in here and work on that, but I don't want to work in here around the motorcycle and then one little mishap and I put a scratch on it just because, you know, I could have done this some other day, and I can. I mean, that light, it'll be nice when I have it, but it's not a necessity. Tucking those wires away, it will be nice when it's done. It doesn't have to be done now, and it is what it is, and I'll get things done little by little. I think I'm getting bit by no-see-ums. All of a sudden my legs are like itching. It's stupid little bugs. Unbelievable. All right, let's close the gate. This gate is a lot heavier than the other one. The other one I had was a lot lighter. Oh, this one, it gives me an exercise. But I don't know if I mentioned it. This trailer, I looked at the weight of this trailer and I looked at the weight of the other trailer that I had, and I think it's only 100 pounds or 200 pounds, something like that, heavier. So it's not much heavier than the other one. And I got everything in there like I had on the other one. And the motorcycle is about 100 pounds lighter. So it probably evens itself out. The roof rack is probably lighter than the one I had before. Yeah. I like it. I should have bought one of these trailers right from the beginning. I didn't listen. I wanted something just perfect for that motorcycle that I had. It was a perfect size. That's all I needed. And voila, here I am. Needing something bigger. Right, Marina? Meow, baby? You miss Papa? I didn't go for that long. Yeah? Okay, let's go in. There's no see-ums over here. I know you don't see them, but they're over here, folks. Trust me.
We interrupt these high production moving pictures to bring you a word from our sponsor. This video is brought to you by the weather. That's right, folks. Sometimes it's raining, sometimes it's sunny, sometimes it's hot, sometimes it's cold, sometimes it's snowing, sometimes it's blowing wind, sometimes it's anywhere in between, folks. So if you're not happy with the weather, just use a coupon code. How do I change the weather? That's right, folks. If you don't know how to change the weather, by using the coupon code how to change the weather, you can get 15% off the weather change. And all you have to do after using the 15% coupon to get the 15% off is you just relocate, you know? If it's hot, move somewhere else where it's cooler. And if it's very cold, move somewhere else where it's warmer. And voila, you solve your problems, folks. Or you are a kitty and you just I don't know what kitties do. What do kitties do? Something, you know. They just stay with Papa. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's raining hard. My breakfast was very good. I still have 2 French toast left over, and I'll enjoy that tomorrow. It's going to be raining all weekend, so good time to be indoors by the fireplace of it. Well, I almost installed a fire stove in my van. I wish the van had been bigger, you know. Now in hindsight, I wish I had bought a boxed van. I didn't in 2014 because, you know, I looked at them, but I'm like, yeah, they're going to be too big. It's going to be, I'm going to be sticking out like a sore thumb in places where I want to park at. So I thought this van would be a little bit more stealthy, and I think it has been. But sometimes I wish my van was a little bit bigger and I had bought a wood stove back in 2014. And I had looked at quite a few different ones. I looked at the Mini Cub, I think that's what it's called. There was a few other ones that I looked at, and the one I really liked was the Kimberly. It's a beautiful stove, but $4,000. Back then in 2014, I think it was like $4,000, give or take. Recently, I've looked at them, and I think they're like close to $8,000. You know, even back then, if the price was a little bit cheaper, I probably would have bought a Kimberly, and I would have figured out where to put it. Of course, I couldn't put it up here too much because of my solar panel. My solar panel comes all the way maybe here, more or less. So I probably would have to design this cabinet differently so that I could put the Kimberly over here in this corner, and then the chimney would go out without interfering with the solar panel, and I would have the Kimberly right here, and this cabinet maybe would have been moved forward a little bit more, maybe a little bit smaller, and yeah, the Kimberly would be right here. So, you know, that would be really cozy to have. I really would wish I had a wood stove. There's nothing like it, you know. You can have propane heat, which is nice. I mean, when it's cold, any kind of heat is nice, but having a wood stove and having a way to see the flame, you know, even though my friend Jerry Montana, he's got a prototype, well, not a prototype, he's got a prototype small wood stove that he's trying to perfect, but he's built many wood stoves over the years. He's very good at building those things, and they all work very well. And the little stove that he has also works very well, but he's trying to perfect it so the combustion lasts longer than it's lasting right now. But I told him about, you know, Jerry, you need a little window, and he's like, no, you don't need a window. You know, that's just gonna leak air and leak heat, and they're hard to clean. And Jerry, you need a window. You gotta make sure the window goes in one, especially if he makes me one. You know, I'm very picky. Even if he makes me one for free, which I want to pay him for, he probably won't accept any money. But I have standards. You know, I have to uphold my standards. I need a window. You know, a window is nice, folks. What's the point of having the heat with no window? You need a window to see the flame. I mean, the flame with the ambience. I could be sitting here with my legs crossed, holding my cup of coffee, feeling the heat in the air, and looking at the flame. Oh, so nice. Yes. And outside the weather is freezing, and it's snowing outside, and I have plenty of wood somewhere. Where am I going to store the wood? I'll have it somewhere, folks. Maybe where I have my water. I'll put Marina. Stop interfering with high production. Unbelievable. So maybe I could remove my water, put it somewhere else, and then right there on the side of Marina's thing. Oh, but back then I didn't have Marina, so I would have figured it out, folks. If I could figure out where to mount the stove, then I could figure out where to put the wood. You know, those things just come hand in hand. So, but I didn't, because then I put this cabinet over here. And by the time I looked at it again, I'm like, yeah, I don't really have room for one, because I rather have my cabinets than. And when I built my van, I didn't build the van to travel across the country. Not at all. I never crossed my mind that I would be traveling back and forth across the country. When I built my van, it was built so that I could be over here in the Northeast year-round. You know, I could work stealthily, because that's what I did before. Before, I worked year-round. The only time I was off was when I got laid off in the winter because of the weather, too cold or too rainy, and sometimes we get laid off a few weeks, sometimes a few months. But I was always on call to go back to work. You know, I never knew if today I got a call to go back to work tomorrow. So I was just like always expecting to go back to work, never knowing when I did go back to work. You know, I could flag my name, put myself on vacation, whatever, like I do now, but I didn't do that. So I was always expecting a phone call. So that's why I built my van like this, because I was going to be stealthy in the Northeast and work year-round, you know, which I did the first year. I did that. I worked through the winter, minus 15, minus 20 outside, minus 20 cold outside, and a lot of times in the morning, because I didn't have the heat on during the night, my water would be frozen. I had to put the frozen water in the thing to defrost so I could have coffee. But you know, that's just life. I mean, that's what I expected to do. So if I had put a wood stove in here, I wouldn't have been very stealthy, because even if it burns the wood perfectly, the combustion is very clean. At least at the store up, you're gonna have a little bit of smoke, and if you park somewhere stealthy, the last thing you wanna do is send out smoke signals. Hey, look at me, I'm in here, you know, and the smoke signals spell everything for everybody to see, and then they can just look at it and go, oh, look, I live in this van. Come and knock at my door. You know, that's what the smoke clouds would spell out. Not really, but you know, I would feel like that. So yeah, so I never put a wood stove in here, but definitely it would be very nice to have in the future. I mean, propane is nice and other heats is nice if you have it, but wood, anywhere in the country you can find free wood. You're driving along, there's a tree that came down, you know, it's already pre-seasoned for you. If you have a way to cut some stuff, you can cut it. If you go to national forest and there's a tree down, you can cut it. You know, of course, if you live in a small space like me, you don't need the whole tree. A couple logs, you cut them, you store them, and of course, with a trailer, I could put more wood in there. Or you camp somewhere where there's wood, and then, you know, you just have to go and find it and then use it up. And you never run out of wood, and you never run out of a source to heat yourself with. So that's what I would have liked. I would have liked a Kimberly, but so darn expensive. I'm like, there's no way I'm going to spend $4,000 on this beautiful wood stove. And yeah, I couldn't. I just, for one, I think I didn't have the money at the time. You know, everything I bought, everything I have, I bought in due time. Whenever I had the money, I bought this, and then whenever I had the money, I bought that. That's why I didn't just buy everything. I'm like, oh, I want all this stuff. I'm gonna put it in my van. Well, I had to wait until I had the money for it, So that's why I got things little by little. But eventually, I got what I need. The wood stove would have been nice, though. Wood stove. Of course, I could have bought a mini cub, which they were only like $300, $400, $500, $600 at the time. They were not very expensive. Not compared with the Kimberly. I could have bought that, but I didn't. I just didn't have the room, But now that I'm getting closer to retiring, and I could retire this year if I wanted to, but I don't know if I will just yet. I could in a new vehicle. I will want a wood stove, folks. If I ever build something new, a wood stove will have to go in there. Most likely not the Kimberly, because Kimberly, you charge too much. Your stove is not all that. You charge that much money, you're not going to sell as many stoves. That's all there is. I would buy one if they were like $2,000, right? Right now, if I was building a new vehicle, I would buy one for $2,000. $8,000, forget about it, folks. But more about that next time. Right now, I gotta finish my coffee and put away my French toast and put the kitty to bed. 1 second. Whoa! She's like, she brought the she brought the house down, folks. She was sleeping. She brought the blanket with her. Okay, all right, baby, you go to sleep. All right, folks. Now, okay, she's done. She needs a snack. I'll see you around. As the deer pants for the water brooks, so my soul pants for you, O God. Psalm 42, 1.
All right, I haven't completed the shrimp rack. I haven't completed